Let's really open this up, Karthike. What we know so far, a couple of dozen bullets that were fired, according to the statement of the Northern Army Command. Grenades were hurled at the truck. The fuel tank caught fire, and that led to the death of the Rashtriya Rifle Bravehearts. But it comes 3 months after those targeted killings. It comes on a day when Bilawal Bhutto Zardari said that he's going to be leading the delegation next month at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, Foreign Minister of Pakistan. He's going to be in Goa. How are you looking at the developments, the various reactions that are coming? Of course, the political parties coming out and in unison condemning the attack. But what about the national security angle? The fact that the NIA, sniffer dogs, you've got drones, high-tech technology that is now been deployed in the Poonch area.
You see, there is a visual which I saw in morning. We have seen the truck which caught fire, but the reason it caught fire was that they deployed a different technique which terrorists have been using in Northeast. They targeted the truck because it was alone. If you look at the truck, they targeted it was alone, and then they ensured that they kept on firing at the petrol tank, the diesel tank. So because of the diesel tank, the fuel is so inflammable that the whole truck caught fire. Then they stunned the Jawans by rapidly firing, and they used steel core bullets. Now, if you look at the rim of the truck, it is made of iron. So, an average bullet can slow down the velocity. This iron can slow down the velocity of an average bullet. Now, this velocity was not slowed by this so-called tin armor or the iron which was there, because they used steel core bullets, 7.32 mm steel core bullets. Now, when we have these steel core bullets, they are able to not only penetrate the armor, it makes your vests very, very vulnerable. The second thing which we have to see is whether these people were wearing vests or not. There are visuals which we have not shown, but the Chinese bullets which have come is a great cause of concern for the army, because it means that the terrorists are now using different sort of ammunition. Earlier, they were using ammunition dumps from Afghanistan, American supplied ammunition, which was not being used. Now, if, for example, Turkish pistols and Chinese weapons are in use in India, which are cheaper to manufacture, it means that the gun running racket continues. So, it's a great cause of concern. And second, I think investigation will take place within the army. Was there a lapse of SOP? Why was the truck alone? A lot of people are saying that it is lost because of bad weather, inclement weather. Was it an intelligence failure? Because if you look at the difference between Poonch and Pulwama, the difference is only of numbers. The fact is that they were able to target a convoy like that. I think that is very, very problematic. So, what has happened shouldn't be confined to numbers, that 5 have been killed. Pulwama, for more than dozens of soldiers were killed, 40 soldiers were killed. No. I think it's about what they have done. There's a G20.
So the intelligence of the terrorists, how they carried out this particular attack as well, using the rain and the dim lighting at that particular point in time. It was 3 p.m., but they used it as cover, as a proper shadow. What does it, largely tell us about the intelligence that they're getting at this point in time? Do you think, with all the speeches the Home Minister has been making, the Lieutenant Governor Manoj Sinha in Jammu and Kashmir, he's been talking about how, with an iron fist, terrorism is being dealt with. All those targeted killings as well, not really much happening per se. Combing and cordoning off operations carry on, but not necessarily reaping any benefits, it seems.
I think, you know, there are a lot of things which we cannot speculate, but the issues on SOP, issues on steel bullets, issues on targeted ambush, issues on intelligence, why this position was taken, its relationship with G20, Bilawal Bhutto is going to come here. I think a lot of things are in the question mode, and I think it's a great cause of concern that it's, you know, it is sad that, you know, our men are getting killed in action, but this is an ambush which has taken place through a different sort of weaponry. This ambush has taken place with steel core bullets, as we are telling our audience. Not only steel core bullets, but I think for me, which is the most worrying part, is that how come they were able to track the movement of the vehicle? Were they aware of the fact that this vehicle would be present in this route at that particular period of time? So I think that is important. Secondly, 3 to 4 terrorists were involved. That's the information which we have got. The second information is that the car was filled with food and basic supplies. Army is saying that they took advantage of the zero visibility. There is a search operation which is on. Secondly is PAFF, and this is the steel core bullet. So is PAFF a big organization? Is it a front organization? And these are dense jungle, and it's not as if ambush and encounters have not taken place. 10th October 2021, 5 Indian soldiers were killed in action. 10th October. Then there was another encounter on 15th October 2021. Then November 2022. So this is a vulnerable area. So when I'm saying that this is a vulnerable area, it means that a lot of ambush had, or a lot of terror attacks had taken place in this area. So why was it alone? I think a lot of questions are there. Let Army come out, understand why this ambush took place so successfully on part of the terrorists. But it is something that needs to be explained, and it's very worrisome that, you know, armor penetrating steel weapons are being used, because it makes your bulletproof jacket useless.
So basically questions on, well, you know, the resistance of the gear the army has, why the truck was essentially traveling alone, and how, you know, somebody like the anti-fascist front that has claimed responsibility for this, and Jaish-e-Mohammed as well, how are they getting the sort of intelligence reports about this truck's
I'm
travel
more surprised,
route?
Kabir, how are they getting hold of the steel core bullets? I'm more surprised at how are they getting information. The questions are, why was the truck alone? Is this part of the SOP? Aren't they supposed to travel in a sort of a convoy? So I think all these issues will be and
also targeting, you know, the 5 Jawans of an anti-terrorist, you know, command group. What is the larger message that
I
they're
think,
sort
see,
of trying
NIA
to
will
put
have
down?
to come up with the investigation part. The larger message is that right before the G20, this has taken place. Before elections, this has happened. I don't know what sort of response India will do. If you remember, after Uri, we had a surgical strike. After Pulwama, we had a Balakot. So I don't know what sort of reaction will India come through, because right now India has a very tense border situation with China. During Uri and Balakot, that was not the situation. 370 was not repealed. Galwan had not taken place. Maybe terrorists in Pakistan, deep state is trying to test our response. They are trying to test our response. So it's a pretty complex situation. It's not easy. After 370 revocation, a lot of things have changed. So maybe they are trying to test waters with India, because after Uri, as I said, we had a special operation. After Pulwama, we had Balakot. And now with 370 gone, there's a unified sort of a front with China and Pakistan together. Galwan in making, complete LSC becoming hot. with a very hardline mullah general in place in Pakistan, I think things are going to be difficult and challenging.